without further ado, even just starting out, most of you guys know me as Ethan Nagar and Ethan Kogan Nagar. So, you know, oh yes, that's my mother's maiden name, or yeah, her divorced now, so that's her name, Kogan. My family's built a lot of houses in the North Shore, Island Park, Deerfield, so you know there might be some name recognition to that. And so on social media, as I'm starting to transition over to Kogan Nagar, and it's just everything that you should do on social media should be with intention, should be with, you know, thinking about how you're going to be branding yourself. You know, I figured, you know, I'm 3 years in, I'm early enough, I'm going to be, you know, it for the foreseeable future, probably forever. I love being a realtor. So, you know, I said, okay, you know, I can make the switch, but everything should be with intention. And that's why I made a point of adding that to PowerPoint. So I'm not a social media expert. I'm still growing my social media presence. If you're here, you're probably in a similar situation. Today, I'll be sharing what's worked for me to stay top of mind, get noticed, bring in real leads. And I like to work to learn something new every day, you know, whether it's social media in the real estate industry, but there's so much that you can learn in terms of how to get a bigger following on social media. I mean, I have on Instagram, I've gotten up to over 1,000 followers, which some people, you know, on their side account where they're taking pictures of their coffee, they have 5,000 followers, but I'm very proud of the 1,000 that I built up organically. So, you know, it's really just consistency and working at it every day and being, you know, organic, and it's gonna further grow.
So Ethan,
Yeah.
when you say they follow, when you post something, they follow you, or you ask for them to follow you? How does that work?
So when I first started out,
Yeah.
you know, when I first became a realtor, I had, you know, my personal Facebook page, 2,000 friends on there from, you know, Niles North and private school and all the people I've met throughout the years. And I just put it out there, this is my page, give me a follow, you know. And so that got me like a nice boost right there. But then just going around, you know, I ask people, oh, are you on social media? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, awesome. Well, I'll follow you. Give me a follow back. And that's a really good way to get your foot in the door. And I mean, it's a pretty, not like a crazy question to ask. Oh, are you on social media? Oh, you know, what do you post? You know, it's a conversation starter. But once you have that follow, they're going to inevitably see what you post. And you're going to see what people post. And the more that you post on social media, so if you're consistently posting, you know, 2-3 times a week, they're going to send it out to more people. You know, so I was at a social media seminar a few months ago, and they were saying, if you post a video, it probably only goes out to about 6% of your actual followers. But the more that you post and the more trendy reels and trendy audios and stuff that you use, the further it's going to go out. So, you know, they reward you for being consistent, and they reward you for doing the right things, using the trending audios and things of that nature. So I notice after I post consistently, you know, I mean, sometimes there are lulls, you know, we're all human, and you know, we fall out of the routine of, you know, not doing things exactly the way they should be. You know, we're our own marketers and our own, you know, business people, taxes, everything. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in our industry. But the more that you post, the more that followers I notice that I get from friends of friends. So.
You mentioned trending audio.
Yeah.
How do you find that? Like, when
So
you're
you can-
adding the audio,
So you can Google it.
Okay.
But then also, if you're someone who late at night watches the videos, you know,
Reels, yeah.
you know, swipes. And,
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
Late night?
So you guys will see the
Are
statistics.
you on Twitter?
I have a Twitter. I don't tweet. I find that it's a toxic app where there's just a lot of stay away from Twitter. I like to stay away from Twitter. If Twitter's successful for you, use it. I lean more towards Facebook and Instagram. But when you're scrolling, you'll notice, you know, oh, I keep hearing that audio. And then you have the ability to click on the audio at the bottom. And then at the top, there's a little like save check mark. And if you can't figure it out, just Google everything. It's great. You know, Google, how do I save the audio from this reel? And then it'll tell you exactly how to do it, and you save it. And when you go to make a video, you'll have that audio saved with all your saved audio.
Because it'll say like, oh, use this audio to get more, but I don't know if that's like somebody's thing to get you to follow them. Because like sometimes I'll watch the video and then the next thing it'll say like, use this template for more followers. Like, I'm a little skeptical.
What I notice is if you're noticing repetition of it, then it's probably legit. And if it has a lot of likes and comments, like, if it has like 50,000, 100,000 likes, it's probably legit. And what's the worst thing that happens if you use an audio that's not super trending? Your post will get a few less likes. No one's going to notice. So, anyways, you're a realtor. You're not a ninja. So make sure everyone knows that you're aware. Everyone is aware that you're in business and don't stay hidden. There's that saying, if a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? So basically, the whole point of this slide is let people know what's going on. Let people know what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Most of my videos are on the spur and inspection, and you'll see later, I'm conscientious that I should be doing more, information-driven videos. I still need to work on some stuff that I do. But seriously, you need to let people know that you're in business, and social media is a totally free tool to do that. Stay politically neutral, especially on your business page. And you might want to on your personal page, but a good friend of mine, Joel Reynes, who's one of our past presidents here, when I first got started out, this is what he told me. Politically charged social media posts will alienate 66% of your followers no matter which side or stance you take.
True.
Today's political climate is the most divided that I've seen in my lifetime. Do you want to lose clients because of a Facebook post? You get your closing check, that's a nice check. Do you want to lose that because you spouted off something?
I'm going to give you a kind of an other side.
Mm-hmm.
I probably agree with Joe, but I also think that there are a lot of realtors who constructively have put together and put their political platforms out there, and they attract like people, and those are the people that they want to work with. There's a really good example are the Seattle Divas, and obviously they're in Seattle, Chavi Coleman and Kim Caliparte, and they're very community based. There's political in there. There's everything in there. It's a mixed pot. And what they have a huge business, but and they've grown that business. I knew them when they were doing as a team $2 million a year, 8-10 years ago, and now they're going to one of the biggest teams at Coldwell Banker, and nationally. If you're from Coldwell Banker, you're not familiar with them. But there is a way to work that in, and a lot of people get to a point where I'm kind of like that. How I express things is differently, but there is a way to work that in so that you are attracting people that are like you, and those are the people you want to work with.
I want to work with everybody. If their money is green, I'm working with them, whether they're Republican, Democrats, Libertarians.
That's the thing. Like they don't say they're Republican, they don't say they're Democrat, but there are generalities of views that will fall into the political ring, like regarding school board, locally regarding school boards, regarding things that are going on. Funding transportation, all those different things.
I think local politics is a little bit different than
and they do some
national,
national, but it's the way that they communicate it. So I think if you do it correctly, there is a balance in that.
Okay. Well, I don't personally.
Yeah.
That might work for them. I personally don't. I veer away from it. And these are all my opinions. So, take it with a grain of salt. Harsh truth, social media posts are mostly about projecting feelings and not about actionable advocacy. Sometimes it is. Sometimes people actually make a difference and they make their pages but a lot of the times when you guys see, oh, my uncle's posting this on Facebook, they're just spouting off their feelings. If you want to make a difference, run for public office, donate to a cause like RPAC, which is the Purple Party, the Realtor Party, or your preferred party, or join GPIC, Government Political Issues Committee, we really do make a difference at GPIC. I mean, we are giving our PAC dollars to candidates that are pro-realtors, and we advocate for good laws and we advocate against bad laws. So you can make a difference here just by joining GPIC locally. Tactfully share your successes. Were you top producer in your market last year? Were you honored by a civic group? Have you overcome a great obstacle? Share it with your sphere tactfully. Be sure to highlight yourself without gloating. I say that because, you don't want to be showing off, but you're just highlighting, these are my accomplishments, this is what I've done. And why? There's 50,000 realtors in Illinois, and at the end of the day, you have to set yourself apart from everybody else. So, if you get an award, make sure you share it. Let people know, or a big accomplishment, even, a big obstacle, or hey, I had a child, or, anything, share it. People like to see that stuff. Use social media to stay top of mind. 90% of buyers would use their agent again or recommend their agent to others, while only 13% use an agent that they'd worked with in the past to buy or sell a home. It's from NAR 2021, profile of home buyers and sellers. So, that's a pretty staggering statistic. 90%, I would use my realtor again, but only 13% do use their realtor again. That could be you. You could have worked with someone and then they're not going to work with you again. And why? The biggest reason is that you weren't top of mind when they were ready to put that sign in their front yard. So social media should not be your only way to stay top of mind. You should still make those calls, still send out your letters, or do whatever you do to stay top of mind, or client appreciation parties. But it's a powerful and free tool that will help you stay top of mind. The best part about it is it's free. Your time isn't free, but the time you put into it, it really does pay off, and it helps you stay top of mind. This morning, actually, I had someone reach out to me. He said, hey, you're licensed in Illinois and Florida, right? I said, yeah, I am. He lives in Florida, and he wants to be a snowbird. And he wants to get a rental here, and who knows if he'll be a buyer in Florida. I can refer him out to somebody. And I don't need my Florida license to work with him in Illinois, but because I keep putting out there I'm licensed in Florida, he reached out to me and looked at me as the authority here because he's a Floridian. So, and that was all social media. I met this guy 5 years ago at a friend's house. I don't know him like that. And he looks at me as the authority for Illinois and Florida. So social media is a very powerful free tool. Someone told me my pie appreciation day for clients was a waste of money. Someone in my family, they said, these clients, they already gave you money. Why are you going to go buy pie and give it to them on Thanksgiving or the day before Thanksgiving? That's a waste of money. Why are you going to do that? So one of my clients, and this was a rental, one of my rental clients, good friend from high school, they shared a picture of me. I'm standing there, it's cold, he takes a picture through the glass door. He didn't open the door yet. I'm standing there, and he shared it to their story, 10 out of 10 best realtor, within 5 to 6 hours. And that wasn't even me who posted, that was my friend that posted it. Within 5 to 6 hours, someone who I loosely knew from high school reached out to me and said, I want to buy a condo in the summer. Let's talk. And now he's pre-approved, and we're going to be looking soon. So, the pie appreciation isn't really social media, but it ended up on social media. And that's just a testament of gotten clients through it, and tell your close friends, I share my stuff. It's free to support your friends on social media. It's just one click. Be intentional. It is important to know who your audience is and to cater to them. Be intentional with the information you're giving. Remember, your goal is to be seen as the point of authority in your marketplace. Since posting on social media, old classmates and friends call me regularly for advice. Later on, they become clients. So, just the other day, my friend called me. My girlfriend wants to sublease her apartment. They won't cancel it. What should I do? We talked about it. And people will start reaching out to you more if you're just top of mind. If you're always posting about real estate, they're going to think of you as the person to talk to about real estate. What platform should I use? Well, the platforms that your sphere is on. I personally lean more towards Instagram than Facebook, but I do use both. And you have to assess your sphere. For me personally, Facebook has many family friends, friends of my parents, friends of my grandparents. They have greater buying power. So I still want to post on there. I still want to stay top of mind. But Instagram has more people my age. I'm 28. They're just starting to buy properties, and they'll be long-term clients. So I would say there's a younger demographic on Instagram and an older demographic on Facebook. So cater to both of them. You know, both of the platforms are immensely powerful, and I have totally gotten leads from both Facebook and Instagram.
Ethan, is there a way that you can, whatever you post on your Facebook, you can merge it to Instagram?
One of my coming slides. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely, there is. It's actually very
That's
easy.
the reason I'm here.
It's very easy too. I did it last night. For this event, I did it last night. I sent them both out at the same exact time, and you can actually schedule it. So I'll tell you exactly how to do it.
Sure.
Join Facebook groups. There are many Facebook groups that you can join to generate business. Examples include one that I'm in is Skokie's Parents Group. I'm not a parent, but I live in Skokie, and I see people posting. Sotheby's Referral Network. My company, we have a referral network. You know, you can get business from it. Why not? Pocket Listings on the North Shore of Chicago. Katie Spaniak started that group. It's a great way to do business off market. NARYPN, National Association of Realtors, Young Professionals Network page. A lot of people will be looking for, they want to work with other YPNers. I mean, join YPN and then join that page. And you know, they want to do business with other people that are part of YPN. Does your brokerage not have a referral group? Start one. It's very easy to start a group on Facebook, you know, and you could be the person that starts that group. Are you in a brokerage that's in more than one market? Start a referral group. Even if your brokerage is only in Illinois, but it's in, you know, the western suburbs or down south, you can start a referral business with those people. Start a group. It's so easy. I even started a group, North Shore YPN, Young Professionals Network, just for a place for me to spout off, you know, these upcoming events, but also to be seen as a point of authority. I'm the one who started the group. So people look to me, you know, for these events. They look at me as a point of authority. Zam, your question.
Yeah.
Meta, which is Facebook's new name. Business Suite covers both Facebook and Instagram. So they have trends here. You see, I have on the background of my Facebook page, I am an SRES. So my Facebook trends, in the last 28 days, my Facebook engagement has been down 14%. My Instagram engagement has been up 58%. I've been focusing a little bit more on Instagram the past couple of weeks, so that's probably why. But as you can see, there's both my Instagram and Facebook profile. You can create a post, you can do paid ads here. So as I said earlier, only 6% of your sphere or so see your videos. That's how they program it to only show it out to a smaller group of people. If you do a small ad campaign, it's gonna push you out to a lot more people. I don't do it anymore. I did it in the beginning, $25, you know, for a week. Nothing crazy, you know, but it does work. It does get you in front of more people. It does get your posts more engagement. So that's just something to consider. But you can go on Meta Business Suite. Yeah, so you can pre-schedule posts for both Facebook and Instagram at the same time, killing two birds with one stone. You can see the analytics, set ad campaigns. The nice thing about that is you can go online. You can spend an hour of your time and set up all your posts for the week, or even less, however long it's going to take. And you could have it set for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, one post a day, but it'll go to Facebook and it'll go to Instagram. And you can schedule what time. Do I want it to be at 6 a.m.? Do I want to be the first post everyone sees? Do I want it to be when everyone gets home, 5 p.m.? You know, whatever works best for you. But Native Business Suite. It's really great.
Ethan, when you go in and select your audience for your ads, we're required to identify that it's an ad for housing.
Yes.
And I always get into this endless loop on Facebook that says, okay, we've chosen your audience for you, and it's going to be like all your followers.
Yeah.
I don't want my followers. I want to identify certain areas with a certain age group and certain parameters.
They deleted that because of fair housing.
Right, so we can't select.
Yeah, for fair housing, that is a fair housing thing. I wanted to select like
You used to
a certain demographic,
Even
but then
zip codes.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
can't.
I'm not sure. Yeah, so you
So,
can't.
so we don't.
this yesterday.
Yeah.
We just select housing and then Facebook
Yeah,
has
I mean,
their way with us.
they do unfortunately restrict it, but you are getting in front of a much
More
larger portion of your sphere.
I think you can do, they still have so many miles of your
Sure.
location, but I think that's the only thing they've left because of fair housing.
Okay.
They took out all the
I
income and
was
all of
just
that.
looking for if there was any other ideas for that.
Unfortunately, I remember when I was, this is like 2 years ago now since I did my last sale. When I first got started out, I was doing it, and this is annoying.
It's
So
changed.
Yeah, they really
It's
do.
gotten more annoying.
Yeah, they really do restrict how you do it, just because they don't want you targeting certain demographics. They want them to be all-encompassing. These are all my opinions, so if something's worked for you, okay. I personally would not put my ad dollars toward, do not hire a company to post generic pictures and posts. Why? It's usually pretty obvious you're not running the page and it comes off as inorganic. People want to see you, they want to learn from you. Save your precious marketing dollars for more valuable campaigns. Also make sure that your captions are informative and concise. It could be a few small paragraphs. You don't want to write a novel. You know, people, I heard someone say, and obviously your demographic that you're trying to target aren't realtors, but I heard RDR, realtors don't read. Well, I'm finding that the younger generation, they're more video. I want a 6-second video. Tell me what I need to know in 6 seconds or I'm on to the next video. So be concise, but seriously, I mean, you see there's some social media pages where it's just like, Happy Easter, Happy Passover, and it's just like, you know, a static photo. It's really inorganic. People are going to see it. It's not going to do anything for you.
Ethan,
Yes.
Teresa had a question. She wanted to know what app used for live stream to all platforms.
Live stream to all platforms. I don't use an app to do live stream for all platforms, so I'm not sure. But I can do some research and get back to her. I've done live stream on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if there's a way to streamline it and to do both. So I'll have to get back to her on that one. To be honest, I'm entirely
Okay,
unsure.
thank you.
Yeah. My biggest success have been videos. And videos, don't be afraid of them. We're going to watch my first Instagram video versus my most recent ones. I hear very often from realtors, I hate being on camera. It makes them feel uncomfortable, it can feel scary. You may have self-doubt, but you need to believe in yourself and just get started. You know, record your first video next week, post it, and then repeat, don't stop. My first video was crap. You know, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm in this condo, and it wasn't that great. But now, you know, I mean, I know, it's not that I know exactly what I'm going to say, but it feels organic, it feels comfortable. So just getting started, raising your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you posting these videos as reels or stories or posts? Like
Reels.
Okay.
So if it's a video, I'm doing Reels because Reels, for whatever reason, Facebook introduced Reels, I think last year, and they get more views.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they get into that weird swiping category.
But it's harder to find your friends. So if you post the reel on Instagram, you just let it reel to Facebook. You don't post it separately on Facebook.
I do it on Made Up Business Suite, so
Okay.
a lot of times it does. If I do it just on the Instagram app, sometimes I will when I'm not in front of my computer. And I just found out last night there's a Meta app on your phone, so I'm going to start using that. But it does put it onto Facebook. And for whatever reason, sometimes it doesn't show directly on your Facebook, just repost it, copy and paste your caption, and put it on your Facebook. It's another 3 minutes. But yeah, I definitely recommend doing Reels. But seriously, believe in yourself. Don't have that self-doubt. Get in front of the camera, because we're going to show you some statistics. Videos are much more effective than your static image, than just, picture in front of the house, or the picture of, the Easter bunny and, stuff like that. It's just much more effective with videos. Video shortening.
Ethan, my kids are like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
And they used to watch the videos when people they would literally just be doing this. And when I saw that they would consistently watch this, I was like, you can almost post any video. And the kids, because that's what they used to do, I'm like, cool. I don't want to sit and just watch someone do this, but it's like,
It's effective.
it was. They were watching it.
I mean, seriously, the younger even my generation, millennials have a shorter attention span than the boomers. But if you look at the generation even below, I mean, it's getting worse and worse. So
TikTok? Any thoughts on that?
I post on TikTok sometimes, and TikTok can be very effective. You can get in front of a lot of people, but it's going to be, you're going to get in front of more strangers, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've honestly neglected TikTok a little bit, but I do post on TikTok here and there. And TikTok is honestly, it's a lot more user-friendly to make the video. So sometimes I've made the TikTok, then downloaded it, and posted that video on Instagram and Facebook. So that works too. Video statistics, these are a little small, so let me stand over here. Video content is 1,200% more successful than other content. Viewers absorb 95% of the message while watching video. As of 2022, an average person is predicted to spend 100 minutes per day watching online videos. Almost 93% of brands say they get new customers due to videos posted on their social media accounts. The vast majority, 74%, say that videos have better numbers regarding return on investment rather than simple static images. Video gives 157% organic traffic increase from search engine result pages. 66% of people said they prefer to watch a short video to learn about a product or service. 18% would rather read a text-based article, website, or post. Videos generate more shares and likes than both text and image content combined. 78% of people watch videos online each week, and 55% watch videos every day. I think that statistic is wrong. I think it's probably more than 55% of people watching videos every day. Even my 87-year-old grandpa, I catch him watching videos sometimes. So I really think it's more than 55% of people are watching videos every day. So seriously, video is the future. Get started next week. Take your first video. Come to Spring Fling, make a video. Do a short video here. Whatever, I mean, seriously, just get started doing videos. The sooner you get started, the less nervous you're going to be, the more it's going to feel natural. So this is my best performing video. It's totally random. I was at my brother's wedding, and I just go like, Happy Hanukkah. And I got over 5,000 views and 122 likes. Happy Hanukkah. Totally random. I was,
You sound like Frank Sinatra.
That's what I was going for. Thank you. And it literally, I started getting likes from people like in Middle Eastern countries. It went mini viral, in a different country, and I was like, 5,000 views. That's crazy. That's the most. 5,000 people saw my video.
And that was on Instagram?
That's on Instagram. 5,000 views is a lot, and that's nothing to some of these other people that are posting. That do big business on Instagram,
Yeah.
But still, I got out of my comfort zone. I was like, okay, this is probably the best I'm going to look at my brother's wedding. Let me just do it. So that was my best performing video. Made me feel uncomfortable until I saw the results. So here's my first video during COVID. Hello everybody, this is Ethan Nagar. Today I'll be showing a beautiful Wilmette condo. Here's the very open living room, newly renovated kitchen behind me, all stainless steel appliances, granite countertops. If you have any inquiries, please give me a call at 773-822-4080. I'm happy to help you with all of your real estate needs. Thank you. I mean, my face is taking up 90% of this screen.
Did you do that purposely?
No! This is my first video. I'm like, there's there's countertops in here. So, but I just did it.
Yeah.
It was my first showing ever during COVID. I just did a video. And this is my last video. And it's nothing fancy. It's just taking the lockbox off of a house I just closed and doing some shout outs. And you can just see I feel a lot more confident. So, hello everyone, we're outside 5821 North Napoleon. We just sold this home today. Congrats to my sellers who are also now my buyers. We have them under contract in another home in a different market. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, give me a call, 773-822-4080. All you gotta do is give me a ring and we will take it from there. Thank you. So that's my last video. It's a call to action.
Is someone doing that for you, or do you have the little sticks?
I got long arms. So, this video compared to the first one, show the listing sign. I have a call to action at the end, if you're looking to sell or buy. I say sell first because I want to work with sellers over buyers. I want to work with everyone, but sellers are, much more fun. You have the call to action and, just more confident. But these are all on the spur, and then an inspection. I grab my inspector over, let's do a video. So, just get started. Seriously, just get started. Using trending audio and post reels instead of posts. So, does everyone know the difference between a reel and a post on Instagram? Okay, so Instagram, you have the option to do a post, which can either be a static image, or it can be a video, or you have the option to do a reel, which could be a static image too. But they're more videos, and the reels, for whatever reason, they get sent to the land of swiping. And so when you have the option, just don't do post, go to reel. Because for whatever reason, Facebook and Instagram have made them more of a priority. And you get more views, you get more likes, and it goes out to a greater audience. It's not just your friends that it goes out to. And if it goes, so there's a better chance of going viral or whatever you want to call it, or getting a post with 5,000 views, as opposed to, my posts will vary from, some have 250 views, some have 800, some have 1,000 or 2,000 views, 2,500, the 5,000 was the most, and it was a reel. And it was definitely going out to, I was having people from other countries for sure that were liking it. It did go like mini viral.
And when you do reel, how long do they stay in your portfolio?
Forever.
Oh, really?
Forever.
It's not like story.
A reel, I know that you can do short, and I recommend shorter is better. If you can do a video that's, unless there's a reason to do it longer, keep it under 10 seconds. Because
10 seconds.
You'll watch people scrolling. If it's more than 10 seconds and it's not really interesting, they're out of there. So 10 seconds, jam it with information, and it stays on your profile forever. And what you can do is, if it's a really well-performing one, you can, what's called pinning it, you can pin it to the top of your profile. So even if you posted it in December or posted it 2 years ago, you can bring it all the way to the top and have that be the first thing that people see. You can pin multiple, so you can kind of hear what people are seeing when they land right on your page directly.
And when you do a story, that's just like a temporary thing, right? Story is a short one.
Story's 24 hours, and I highly recommend whatever you post, throw it on your story. I'm going to go over why soon, but definitely put it on your story for sure. Trending audio will help boost your video to the top of your followers' news feeds. It will also get you in front of new audiences. So, Instagram is going to reward you for staying with the trends. I used a trending audio and I got like a little blurb that no one is going to see this but you, but you're a trendsetter. And which basically means you're doing what we want, so we're going to give you more views. So,
Another, if you're uncomfortable with video or you're doing something and you're just like having the day that you don't want to put yourself on, if you take screenshot, like just do a bunch of photos, Canva, and you can do it on mobile or desktop. I've done this where I've just like taken those photos and it creates the reel for you, and you can put video to it, either as a song which you can do on Instagram, or you can just kind of narrate saying, look at look at my new listing, so your voice is behind it, and that's a really easy way, and it tells you how long, like every 5 seconds. And so if you want to create video but not have yourself out there, that's kind of where I am at this point. I'm kind of trying to draw back me and take back my personal life. So I'm doing a lot of that where I'm adding myself quietly.
So you can do that, but I will tell you, getting in front of the camera will give you results. So there are options for everyone, but I highly, highly recommend getting in front of that camera. People that you know are going to see you, and they're going to feel that they're at the listing with you. They're going to feel that they're at the inspection with you, and they're going to be able to envision themselves working with you. So, trending audio, you can Google what's trending. When you're scrolling through the reels, if you're scrolling, you'll notice, okay, this one, I've heard this audio 10 times, save it. Collaborate on a post. So you can do what's called collaborating on a post. This is John Baker, so an inspector. We both are the Skokie Chamber, and he's a NSBAR strategic partner. He'll be sponsoring Spring Fling coming up. Invite your industry partners to collaborate. I recently asked my home inspector to collaborate on a video. Now his followers see my business, and the post performed 95% better than recent posts. The video shows on both pages seamlessly. So on my video, on your post, you have the option there's like a tag option, and there's also like an invite a collaborator option. I invited him to be a collaborator. He said yes. So now it goes right on his homepage of his Instagram, but it's my post. And so I'm getting likes from both people, and inevitably I'll probably get followers from his sphere too. So, you're really, if there's someone you can team up with, do it for sure. It's going to help. Support small businesses. They will appreciate it. So this is Manuel DeBeche. He's over at Costa Arena, Mexican restaurant in Skokie. And I made a point of going to local businesses and giving them a shout out. And they really do appreciate it. I mean, after I did a video, he tried giving me free food every time I went there. I'm like, no, I'm paying you. I'm supporting the small business. And I can't get away without getting the friends and family discount, but still, people, especially when they're new, especially when they're getting started, Rich Melman, Lettuce Entertaining Restaurant, they're probably not going to appreciate it as much as, Manny over here in Skokie that just started his restaurant. So, hello, Ethan Nagar. We're at Costa Arena with Manuel. We're both Skokie Chamber members. Can you tell us a little bit about your restaurant?
We have a Mexican restaurant called Costa Rica Mexican Restaurant. We do original Mexican food, and we do seafood too.
Guys, the food here is phenomenal. Skokie Chamber members, you have to come check it out. They have great specials, and the owners are fantastic people. Have a good day, guys.
Where's on the Skokie? Where?
That's on Main Street in Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah. So, really good food.
I give a visit.
Yeah, for sure. He's a great guy. If you see him, tell him Ethan says hello.
Yeah, sure.
But seriously, they will appreciate it. And they'll probably, if there's a chance, refer you business. But it's also just a great way to stay within your community. And you're seriously, you're helping someone. If one person goes to that small business because of your post, you're helping put money in their pocket and helping them stay afloat in their first years. So how I made an impact at my Chamber of Commerce. I did all these videos, This is Banchan. They just opened up in Skokie. Montana Hayes, she is a dog trainer. My girlfriend's dog was being a bit of a pest, and we had to rope Montana in. But I supported small businesses, and the chamber used my material for their website. So if you go to the members page, it says around Skokie with real estate agent Ethan Nagar. So I mean, that's pretty cool. When people go to their website, it's going to show going around Skokie with me. That's where I live. That's where I want to do business. So they have 4 videos on there right now, but who knows? It could be more. Could turn into a segment on something. So I've supported the small businesses and I was rewarded for it. And now whenever anyone goes to that page, they're going to see my videos.
Do you ever verbally ask for exposure?
From-
a bilateral?
So I did once ask, Realtors Are Good Neighbors. I raised money for 360 backpacks for children on the south and west side of Chicago about 3 years ago. And these backpacks, I took a picture in front of it. I said, hey, will you guys highlight this? And so I called, I think her name was Sarah Geimer with the National Association of Realtors. And, their headquarters in Chicago. So when I said I'm supporting the south and west side of Chicago, they're like, oh, that's awesome, yeah. And she said, just get a real professional photo and we'll post it. So I got a photographer and I gave him some money and he took a picture, and that did go on the Realtor Are Good Neighbors page. So that was the one time that I really solicited it, but it worked. Yeah, why not? Seriously, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's, and me wanting to put that out there was more, I've done other volunteer initiatives, and it's more, I just want, when I do them again, I want people to donate, because I raised, it was like $3,000 for those backpacks just through Instagram and Facebook. I've raised $5,000 through Instagram and Facebook for, once upon a time I went to culinary school. I did the Chefs for Change Challenge. I was nominated to cook for 5 families with the same organization on the south and west side, and ended up cooking for 35 families. Someone gives me a task and I triple it up. So, but that was more just, I wanted to post it there so then I can, further be known and people will be more willing, this is what he does, he gets stuff done. The power of stories. On my stories, 100 to 200 people view my stories depending on the day. We'll read that again. 100 to 200 people. That's a lot. I mean, just staying top of mind. 200 people, that's a lot of people. We have 15 people in this room. Imagine 200 people in here, They are, when you post on social media, they're seeing you, you're with them. Why would you not use stories to stay top of mind? Stories are less in your face than a post. People casually scroll through them, but don't overdo it. There's some people that post 10 things on their story, 20 things on their story, and it's like, on to the next one. I would say don't do more than 5 or 6, for the day, and make sure, don't post fluff. Post stuff you want people to see.
Ethan, can you post, or can you schedule a post to your story, or is that just to your
That I
page?
don't know.
Yes.
You can schedule
Yeah,
it
I'm
to
sure
your
you
story.
can.
If you go to your post and there's a little arrow there and you click on the arrow, it'll say to your story, and then it has a list of all your followers. So you could send it to a follower or post it on your story.
But can you
do that,
schedule
but
it
you
like
can
you can-
schedule
Yeah.
it. So I'll look on Meta Business Suite and I'll get back to you. I'm not sure. Usually when I do it, I just
The intention of
Shoot
posts
it right
are to be more intentional of the spur of the moment versus planned social media.
And so stories are definitely less in your face than a post. I mean, they have to go start clicking on the stories to watch it. But that's also why you don't want to overdo it, because they're doing it for, that endorphin, they get the rush of, I'm seeing all this stuff, this is awesome, You want to keep them engaged. If you have 10 things in there, at one event, they're going to be like, what the hell am I watching? Seriously, just keep it short and concise. I wouldn't put more than 5 to 6 things on your story per day. So, add a personal touch. Show you cook dinner, show your family, share a funny thought. So, this was from the other day. You know, at the time I took a screenshot. This wasn't 24 hours in, but there were 135 people that saw my first. And you see it goes down. You know, there's 135 people saw my first one, then 117, then 107, then 100. So sometimes people are just like, okay, I'm done with this. That's why you don't want to do too much. They're going to lose the good information. But the one of the day that you see all these hearts, I shared biking. I shared a picture with my mom. We went biking to Northwestern, and at the bottom it said "Mama" with the heart eyes and the heart emoji. And that got like 11 people that hearted that, as opposed to the other ones, 2, 3, 4 people. So mostly business, but add a personal touch here and there, because people want to see that you're human, and we're going to want to see some of the personal side too. Don't get too personal, but you know, sharing a picture of your mother on a bike ride, I guess people really like that, so I'll do that next time. Let's be real, business cards get thrown out. At least, I mean, I had like 1,000 business, I go to a lot of networking events, I have 1,000 business cards that I'm going to put into a CRM one day. Mustering up
I am so sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a social media site. Was that trending audio?
Yes, it was.
Casually ask a client or prospects at a networking event, are you on social media? It's an organic way. You know, you're just making conversation. If the answer is yes, that's great. Suggest you guys follow one another. Once they follow you, they will inevitably see your awesome new videos. Now you'll have a chance to also engage in their content. Another great avenue, staying top of mind. So then they're posting now, this person that you met, you didn't know them before, they posted, you know, I just graduated from you know, DePaul University or whatever it is. Congrats, that's amazing. You know, now you're engaging with a total stranger. They might not know a realtor. They might be about to buy a condo and they don't know who to go to. I just met this realtor at this event, or a lender, or whoever you are. And now you're engaging with a total stranger. And now you guys are friends. Just like the guy years ago, I wasn't even a realtor then. I don't know why we're even friends on Instagram, but the guy that reached out to me this morning that says, oh, you're licensed in Illinois and Florida. He sees my content because we followed each other. And he reached out to me when the time was right. So it's very organic, you know, oh, are you on social media? Oh, so am I, you know, what do you post? You know, let's follow each other. So follow for follow, you know, you don't want to make it like transactional, but get to the point where you guys are both following each other. Be positive, be kind, be professional. Don't post negative thoughts or content. Don't make negative comments, especially on Facebook. This is where toxic stuff, and I guess Twitter too, that's why I stay away from it, a lot of toxic stuff. Don't make negative comments. You never know who will see these comments or posts years later. You want people to consider you as a positive force. If you want to be seen as a professional, then act like it. Seriously, I mean, if someone, you know, you see a video of someone and they're just being a total ass, you know, you can just keep your thoughts to yourself. You don't need to comment, wow, you're being an ass. You know, seriously, because people will see it, and just because they're not necessarily going to like it, they're not necessarily going to share it, but they will see it, and you want to be considered a positive force.
Yeah, and I would also avoid any kind of expletives, even, you know, the S word.
Yeah.
Certainly not the F bomb.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that, and you know,
it's not professional.
Well, it's unbecoming.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, and just to kind of add to that, candidates have lost because of things that they said years before that might have been misogynistic, might have been horrid, and you know, these days things can go viral. They can take an innuendo and make a whole narrative and destroy you with it. Mm-hmm. That happened in the Skokie election.
It did happen in a Skokie election.
I've been haunted by
Jan Schakowsky was on that guy, and all the you posted some racy stuff in 2011.
I once said something on a post, tongue in cheek, that wasn't even a public thing, but someone pulled that off and then used it against me 8-9 years later. And so the one recommendation that we've talked about is if you're a Facebook user, go into your, you know, and I hope I'm not hijacking you here.
No.
Go into, you know, your Facebook memories to see what kind of drivel you posted over the years. And oftentimes you'll be like, you know what, that joke doesn't play anymore. And Ethan and I, you know, we share some of the things that we said. Now, 10 years ago, he was a teenager, so he had some teen thoughts.
Yeah.
But, you know, I looked at stuff and said, holy cow, that is...
I would never post that now.
Yeah, that could alienate people.
Yeah.
What happened to freedom of speech?
There's also the freedom to not do business with you.
I would say the other thing that's come up more importantly is we have to remember that we're licensed and we have to abide by the code of ethics.
Sure.
And that doesn't, and even though people say, well, it was in a private group. Nothing's private, you know, nothing's closed.
Internet.
The minute you put something out there, whether it's an email or a post on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, it's out there. And the other thing is if you, I'm going to just throw this out. It's an easy one to throw out, but I have seen realtors. There was a post that an agent in the northwest suburbs put on the other day about he doesn't understand why Walmart can't sustain itself in the city. I forgot exactly how he worded it, where the model, you know, in the suburbs, you know, there's a ton of them and they're busy, and why they have to close the stores. The amount of realtors that posted that were, I would say, huge fair housing violations, redlining, you know, if I took a screenshot of that and I filed a complaint, a code of ethics complaint, that code of ethics complaint, for the amount of years I've been on professional standards, grievance, whatever, they would have been found guilty, you know, that they were found, you know, in violation of the code of ethics of fair housing, you know.
January 6th, the selfies of realtors, you know, inside the Capitol.
Right.
They're
right. Well, and they're the ones who did get arrested.
Well, they were doing a video, like Ethan says, and sure enough, it went viral.
Ethan told me.
Yeah.
Well,
but I guess that's one of the things that, in addition to
my first felony,
what we always have to remember. The first thing we have to remember is it doesn't matter if it's a personal opinion or, you know, whatever. If it is going on a platform, I mean, you shouldn't even say it to other people, but, you know, you shouldn't in conversation. But if it is if you are on Facebook and you are commenting on something, and it may not have anything to do with real estate, if it is a fair housing violation, if it is anything that would be fall under license law or code of ethics, you could still be sanctioned for that.
or it's just bad taste.
Well, it is bad taste, but you're
like a celebrity. In the language, you're like a celebrity. You have to be
on. So yes, delete the bad stuff. Moving on. Look professional and well put together. Are you having a bad hair day? Are you dressed extra casual? Casual's okay. Are you dressed extra casual today? Consider making your video on a different day. As a realtor, you're guiding people through the biggest purchase of their lives. When the time comes, they can only use one realtor. Make sure you look well put together. When I wear Crocs and sweats to Starbucks on my few days off, even my baristas comment, "Oh, so you're off today." And it's serious. People notice. They go, "Oh, you're off today." And so I stopped wearing Crocs into Starbucks. The sad truth is people do judge, and you can only make one first impression. So I mean, I've walked into the Starbucks where, and I'm almost always dressed, not like a suit, but like a collared shirt. And I've walked into the Starbucks where there could have been a potential client. I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts and Crocs, and I'm like, today's the day, So seriously, not just in person, but especially social media. You have the choice of what you're going to post on there. So just make sure, if you're having a crazy hair day, it was super windy and you were downtown, and skip it. Just do another day. And this, going back to what Don's bit of advice to me is, go back and delete. Facebook gives you the option to see your past posts. Go back and take a look at what you posted 5 to 10 years ago. Delete is necessary. I grew up in the 90s. Some of us here have grown up in the 80s, 70s, 60s. Humor has changed in the last 10 years. What's acceptable has changed in the last 10 years. You might have posted something 10, 15 years ago that everyone would have thought was hilarious, and it's now, that's offensive. You know, I mean, I remember watching, Comedy Central, very young, and there were jokes on there that would not fly today. Seriously. And I mean, as Ann said, what about freedom of speech? Freedom of speech, but there's also the freedom of people to not want to work with you.
Yeah.
And you just need to be cognizant. Everything that you put out there is a representation of your business, is a representation of you. So if you see something on there, other people are going to see it. Delete it. I've even gone through my old profile pictures, because I've had my Facebook since I was 8th grade. Well over 15 years I've had my Facebook. I go through the comments and just delete it. Just delete. When you're 12 years old, say whatever. 28, you're doing business, you can't. So I would have deleted my Facebook, but I have a lot of people on there that are in my sphere, and so just delete is necessary. Using hashtags. Use relevant hashtags. Look what other successful social media realtors are posting, and then copy them. So see what hashtags they posted and copy them. Google trending hashtags for real estate. Keep hashtags at the very bottom of their posts so they're not distracting. If you'll go look at my posts, I'll do a bunch of periods as a line to make a big spacer from all my information. So then when people are looking, the hashtags are all the way at the bottom. Now the way that hashtags work, hashtags are used when people are searching for content based on a keyword, such as hashtag home decor. So if someone goes to their search bar and they want to see something about home decor, if you have hashtag home decor in your video, when they're scrolling through, they might see your content. So you can do hashtag realtor, hashtag Illinois, hashtag Chicagoland area. Look up what other people are doing. Copy them. Why not? Look what the really successful people are doing and just copy their hashtags. I don't use hashtags on Facebook because I have found that it doesn't get me any likes, and then the older demographic that are on Facebook are like, what are these? What's going on? So just keep it to Instagram. And then go to my page, seriously, and see how I do the periods. I do period, enter. So it makes a big spacer. And just copy that format. So your hashtags are all the way at the bottom. And then you'll get some new followers. Ask yourself, what can I work on? For me, I need to start recording more videos with information on inventory rates, trends, and other bits of information my clients will find valuable. I tend personally to record videos in the spur of the moment. Like at an inspection, that video I showed you earlier with my inspector, I grabbed him over and said, hey, let's do a video. And then I added some, videos of him while he was in the inspection. I put them all together. But I personally feel I should do, a video like, hey, there's 15 homes on the market in Skokie, record low inventory, keep it short and concise, especially when you're giving information. You don't want to bore people. Under 10 seconds. Now ask yourself, what can I work on? Just something to think about. And then work on it. And consider hiring a videographer. So I'm licensed in Florida. My aunt is a general contractor and a realtor down there. She builds new construction homes, and I used to work with her down there. So I went down there to go network with other realtors for referral business, but we also hired a videographer to highlight some of the projects that I worked with her in the past. And it was a nice community, so it's worth the investment. Sorry, it's loud.
Shot using a drum?
Yeah.
No, just in one arms.
Lower One, Ethan Nagar. We're at 4920 Cherry Laurel Lane at Del Air Country Club in sunny Delray Beach, Florida. I helped an investor locate this home. We ended up purchasing it for them and then doing the full tear down and construction of it. This is a Kogan construction home, and it's just
That's
a
my Aunt
beautiful,
Julie.
beautiful, beautiful home. We have a very grand front door here. It's a 10-foot door, roughly about $30,000. If you are in need of new construction, full renovation, or even just purchasing a home, I'm your local area expert. Give me a call, whether you're looking to relocate, get a second home, or if you know someone that's looking to get a second home, give me a call. I'm the area expert in Delray Beach, Florida.
Nice. So what was that house worth when it was done?
How much is
over,
it?
over $2 million. I got it. All that time it was like 2.5 or something.
So you put this on your website?
Yeah, I put that on my Instagram, and I have a bunch more that I'm gonna start putting out there. So, you know, I used to work with my aunt in Florida. I helped on the project management of that home and with the back end stuff. Before I was a realtor, I was working with them. But I'm licensed in Florida, and so I'm gonna let people know that. You know, I mean, maybe the guy that reached out to me this morning saw this video. But I mean, there's also really nice homes there, so, you know, why not try to make some good referral business too? So if you're working with a nice listing, or if you want to do a nice highlight video of your community, you know, like I've been thinking of doing one in the North Shore, you know, through the McCormick Sculpture Trail and Botanical Gardens, stuff like that. You can hire a videographer. Just don't do it all the time unless you have the money to spend. You want to really be conservative with your marketing dollars, you know, because social media is free. So, you know, I did a series of videos because I was down in Florida. I had these beautiful properties. I had a reason to do it. So if you have a reason to hire a videographer, then do it. And this concludes the presentation. So if you guys follow me, I'll follow you back, and that's what it's all about. So take a picture.